I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best power forward cards right now in NBA 2K23. My team, let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite power forwards to run right now in the game. And of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in, I'm at number 10 spot is going to be Galaxy Boy Jaren Jackson Jr. And I wasn't 100% sure who to put at the number 10 spot. I think 1 through 9 was pretty obvious for me. But number 10, there was just so many different guys that you could go with. And there wasn't really a clear-cut number 10. For me, though, I went with Jaren Jackson Jr. because I think he's such a good defender, being a 6'11" power forward with a 7'4" wingspan, and he does bring some great versatility on the defensive end. He's got a 98 block, 98 interior defense with an 80 steal and a 90 perimeter. Like, you can't find that on most power forwards in the game. Like, that type of defense with these many Hall of Fame defensive badges, including anchor, box up, beast, brick wall, challenger, clamps, interceptor, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, workhorse. Like, you just can't find that on too many power forwards in the game. So yes, he's going to be not a liability on the offensive end, but he's going to leave a little bit to be desired on the offensive end. But he is going to make up for it with his defense, and he does have a quick jump shot. Like, I was kind of comparing him to guys like Anthony Davis, but he's just a better AD with a quicker jump shot. So all around, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. the 10th best power forward. And then coming in, I'm at number 9 spot. A super underrated power forward is actually going to be Dolph Schayes. I think he's great, even though he's 6'8" with a 7'1" wingspan. Definitely going to be undersized. Like, if you match up against a guy like Jaren, you're going to have a tough time with Dolph Schayes on the defensive end. But on offense, that's where he makes up for it, having a 93 ball, 93 mid-range, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, limitless, and Hall of Fame mini magician as well, and a great jump shot. Like, that's one of the best things about this Dolph card is going to be that Kyle Kuzma base on quick timing, super easy to green, and honestly one of my favorite jump shots, especially in the catch and shoot. And then he's also got the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner, so he can create his own shot and move a little bit on the court for your power forward position. Now defensively, like I said, that's where he's going to be a little bit lackluster. His defensive stats really aren't terrible, but it's the fact that he's 6'8", when nowadays we have all the power forwards that are really good are like 7 foot, 7'1". He's just going to be a little bit undersized, but all around, I think Dolph Schayes is still the 9th best power forward. Now coming in at my number 8 spot, it might seem a little bit low, but it's actually going to go to Galaxy Opal Chet Holmgren. I think he's actually really nice, a lot better than a lot of people say he is, but I don't know, the more that I use him, the less that I like him. He is 7 foot though, with a 7'6" wingspan. For whatever reason, he plays really good defense in game. I will say that's 100% true. Like, he plays really good defense. His speed is nice. It feels like he's a little bit slow sometimes, but this jump shot is really hit or miss for me. You guys can let me know if you use Chet a lot, if you like his jump shot, but for me, it's just really hit or miss if I like his release, because there's some times where I feel like I can green every single shot with Chet, but then there's some other times where I feel like I can't green a shot in like 3 or 4 wide open takes. So for me, I think Chet is really inconsistent on the offensive end. Now defensively, going to be a very good defensive power forward, but I think he might actually be better at the center position. But coming in, I'm at number 7 spot. I think it's number 7 is going to be Pink Diamond Karl Malone. I do think this card's actually pretty good though. Even the fact that he's only 6'9" with a 7 foot wingspan, I think he has some really good all-around stats, including a 92 block, 92 interior defense with an 88 steal and a 90 perimeter. Also has tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges like anchor, box up, beast, brick wall, clamps, post lockdown, and rebound chaser. So I mean, some great Hall of Fame defensive badges for Karl Malone. He's great at finishing around the rim with a 95 driving dunk, 85 standing dunk. And I mean, jump shot wise, I think his jump shot on very quick is actually very easy to green. If it was only a normal or quick timing, then it'd probably be slow, but the fact that it's on very quick, he's got a really good jump shot, some pretty good dribble sigs, has the normal leaner, and all around stats and badges wise is a very well-rounded power forward, especially with 93 speed and 93 acceleration. Now coming in at my number 6 spot, just barely missing out of the top 5, is going to be Galaxy Bob Nanalecki, and he is just an inch taller and just a little bit better defensive version of Dolph Schayes. They're basically the same type of power forward where they're going to be undersized, but they make up for it on the offensive end. Bob is more defensive oriented than offensively, at least in my opinion. He does have a great jump shot though with the O-shaper set base, and one of the best bases in the game, also on cards like Zion Williamson. That's going to be on quick timing with Tim Duncan's upper release, which is really easy to green, and he's also got some pretty good dribble sticks just like Dolph Schayes, but the biggest difference is going to be Bob's stats and badges on the defensive side of things. He's got a 94 interior defense, 94 block, also having an 80 perimeter and an 87 steal. Really makes it so he's not that bad of a defender in game. Yes, if you match up against a 7'1" or 7 foot center, he's still going to have a little bit of a height disadvantage, but at least these stats and badges do make up for it. Like, he's got Hall of Fame Anchor, Brick Wall, Chase on Artist, Menace, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser, and Workhorse. I mean, the card plays pretty good defense in game, and offensively one of the better power forwards in my team. And then, guys, breaking into my top 5 halfway into the list here is going to be Galaxy Yi. I think he's such a good power forward and still pretty underrated. Unfortunately, when he came out, since then we've just got such good power forwards in my team that obviously we'll talk about here in a second. But Yi's still a really good card. He's 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, and he's just going to be like a taller version of Dolph Schayes in my opinion, where they're not going to be the best defensive cards, but they definitely make up for it with their jump shot and their offensive stats. He's got a great release, super easy to green, and is fairly fast as well. And then he's also got, you know, 94 3 ball, 91 mid range, Hall of Fame blinders, catch and shoot, corner specialist, Deadeye, you know, has gold, green machine, claymore, guard up, limitless range. So he can pretty much, he can hold every badge in the game as well. So if you wanted to give him like unpluckable, you know, handles for days, you know, maybe a slithery, limitless takeoff, he can get those added badges as well. But for me, I think Galaxy Yi is the 5th best power forward. Now coming in, I'm in number 4 spot. I think 4 through 2, maybe even 4 through 1 is definitely, you know, I think at least number 4 and 3 are very, very close in skill level. I do think Dirk is just a little bit better than a guy like Yi. He is 7'1" with a 7'3" wingspan, and I feel like the difference is really just whose jump shot you prefer, right? I think Yi and Dirk are very similar at the power forward spot. For me, I like Dirk's release a little bit more on quick timing with that Tim Duncan upper, and then defensively, I think Dirk is also slightly better than a guy like Yi, and he's also got a lot more Hall of Fame shooting badges like Agent 3, Amped, Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Guard Up, and Limitless Range as well. But for me, I think Galaxy Yi and Galaxy Dirk are very close at the power forward position. I would give the slight edge to Dirk though at my number 4 spot. And then breaking into the top 3 is actually going to be Galaxy Jokic, who you could go as far as say is maybe the best power forward in the game. If you really wanted to and you really like this card, it's not crazy to say he's the best power forward in the game. He's so elite, being a 6'11" power forward with a 7'3" wingspan. And honestly, I can't even explain why he's so good. He just has such a good release. I think it really comes down to his jump shot and just being able to green wide open very, very consistently and create his own shot with some pretty good dribble sigs. I mean, the only flaw offensively with this card is probably the fact that he has the basic leaner and not the normal, but other than that, he's just so hard to guard on the offensive end. He's pretty fast for Jokic card, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. He plays some very solid defense, especially having a really good player model. I'm not exactly sure what reason it is, but this Jokic card just plays so well in game, and in my opinion is the 3rd best power forward. Now this might be a little bit controversial, but I actually do have KG at number 2. I think a lot of people would still have him at number 1, but we got that really good dark matter card that obviously we'll talk about here in a second. KG though, still a very, very elite power forward, one of my favorite cards to use in my team. He's a 6'11" power forward with a 7'2" wingspan, and realistically this card has no flaws except for the shooting badges, like basically having no Hall of Fame shooting badges, only on gold. I guess that's the one like flaw you can make if you're nitpicking with the card, but I mean, he's got amazing all-around stats. He's got a great jump shot with a great LaMelo Ball base on quick timing, has some of the best sigs in the game, even for like a guard. He's got the Kawhi Leonard motion style, which is basically the Kawhi defensive stance. So I mean, there's really no flaws with his Kevin Garnett card. Just for me, I think Dark Matter Giannis is the new best power forward in my team. Now, like I said, I know a lot of people still probably would have KG over Giannis. I mean, the Greek Freak is just so good though, man. He's 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, and you take a look at these you take a look at these stats all around. Like if you thought KG stats were good, take a look at Giannis's, man. He's got at least 90, probably like almost 95 in every single defensive category, like steal, perimeter defense, interior defense. He's got tons and tons and tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. Like I know KG's got a lot as well, but he looks to have what, like 7 compared to where Giannis has, I'm pretty sure like 16 or something crazy like that defensive Hall of Fame badges. Yes, I know shooting badge wise is not going to be the greatest and only has a 79 3 ball. And yes, Kevin Garnett has a way better jump shot and way better dribble sigs. But I just think for what Giannis provides you on the court, it's just going to be such good versatility, able to guard the 1 through 5 at a very high level. He's going to be one of the best help defenders in the game. He's basically unstoppable going to the rim. And we know Giannis just gets some of the craziest animations in the game, whether it's on the offensive end or the defensive end. He's blocking shots, you know, coming out of nowhere, getting great contests. And then on the offensive end, he's basically unstoppable down low, and especially in the pick and roll. But let me know in the comment section down below, who would you guys have at number 1 between Giannis and Kevin Garnett? And of course, let me know what you guys would change about my overall top 10 power forward list. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.